All right, so for this project, it's not exactly what I wanted, but there was this cool program I used to use a lot. I got rid of it last year. I've not been able to replace it. I thought I had a way around it. I don't. So, well, I don't. I don't without spending 3 or 4 days teaching myself how to do it on the new program, and obviously that's not going to work. So, what I want you to do is I want you to find a map of data. Any data will do. Okay. I want you to share it with me. I want you to write a quick write up on why it's important to you. Why did the maker decide to share with others? How could you have made it better? Okay. Um, Open NYC data is one. LA's got one. Portland's got a version of it. Detroit's got some. Washington D.C.'s got some. Detroit's got some. Chicago, I think's got some. Buffalo has a really nice one of all weird places to have one. But whatever. There you go. You can do this a couple of different ways. You can search for data. You can go into here and look at some. These are some that have been done for us. Like, OMG, gosh, Mr. Groom, I really dig that. Please don't use this one. I find this one to be off-putting and weird, but whatever. This one, they went in and they actually color-coded the map of, how wide the sidewalks are, so the person could actually, see how wide they are for COVIDs. Now, this particular one, I cannot. Oh yeah, launch project. There it goes. I say, where did it go? Okay, unemployed. Yeah, just shut up and give it to me. All right, here we go. Explore the map. So what you'll see is a variety of these things, and then you can hover over them and see like how wide the sidewalk is. 8.3. Ooh, yeah. What is this blue one though? I bet it's good. Yeah, it's 11 feet. Oh wait, well it says it's difficult. I don't get why. There you go. Yeah, it's 16.8 feet wide, and if it's just you and one other person, yeah, it'll be no problem to social distance. Have you ever seen pictures of Manhattan? For God's sakes, of people everywhere. Whatever. But maybe this one speaks to you. Okay. Now, I don't care what it is. A couple years ago, somebody got a something like a um, proximity or something like that to farm. No, I know what it was. I don't know. Free produce map, Portland, Oregon, or something to that effect. And it was something like, was it this one? I think it might be this urban fruit one or whatever. Oh, where's the map, yo? Oh, I haven't done this one in a couple of years. Oh, yeah, there it is. Maybe is this it? Can't decide. Just give me the pictures. Well, whatever. Apparently that's not going to show up, and I just don't care. Map the tree, and yes, I know, I get it. Okay, wait, is this it? No, I'm already on fallenfruit.org. Share your fruit. Yes, okay, but where's the actual map? Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Well, whatever. There's supposed to be a map on this dumb thing somewhere. I don't know. You figure it out. But anyway, if that one speaks to you, because I just think, blah, blah, this and that, whatever, that's what I want to know about. Okay. Maybe it has to do with a heat map like this one here. This heat map that was about, what was this one here? Uh, Agency is DOB, I'm not sure, Department of something. And it was illegal conversions. Illegal conversions of what? I don't remember. I just Googled this one here and it popped up on the Open NYC. Okay. It could be a situation where you have a lot of crime. Red, obviously, the heat map would show up. That's a lot of crime there, and it kind of spreads away from there. Like, for instance, Portland, you might see big hot spots and, a few places southeast, downtown perhaps, and maybe north, North Portland there, whatever. And then other parts of town not as bad, and it kind of obviously as you get further away from the epicenter of it, it kind of cools down. Those are called heat maps. If that one works for you, hey, that works for me too. Um, Another one place where this came in a few years ago, urban food deserts. Please don't cheat or don't cheat. But I mean, just do things that make sense to you, and take a look at you can and see if you can figure out something that really speaks to you in terms of, hey, this data on this map speaks to me because whatever it happens to be. Um, yeah, so there's these places in pink apparently are as hard to find food or whatever, I guess. And it is what it is. And again, I'm not going to try to like delve into it here because I'm just giving you some examples. Okay, it might be a situation where, some years ago, 2008 or 9, whenever the Affordable Care Act passed, there was some verbiage in that act that, although it did some good stuff, it also put a lot of people out of business, um, doctors, that is. And there are places in Oregon where you can't find anyone who will deliver your baby unless you are in the emergency. I'm delivering it right now, in which case, the ambulance guy or the doctor in an emergency room will deliver it for you. But there are no, um, come on, Jay, baby doctors. Come on, you can do it, buddy. There's no OBGYNs in these places anymore. And some of the doctors who used to do a little of that on the side or whatever, they got out of it. There was some change in the insurance business and they couldn't get into it. They couldn't stay in anymore because they couldn't do that. So that was a big deal in Oregon for a while. And I don't know if it still is or not. There was a big deal. And they showed on the TV, on the news, they're talking about, hey, or in the newspaper, I don't remember where it was, but they're talking about, hey, there's large swaths of Oregon where they no longer can find a doctor who will be an OBGYN for you as you are progressing through your pregnancy. Okay? Whatever it happens to be, I do not care, but I want you to come up with a map that speaks to you. Now, on YouTube, you can find there's an Open NYC data, Open NYC data, parking space violations one. This one right here is a very fun talk to watch. He goes through and he graphs it and he talks about some things. It's pretty neat. It's cool. I don't know. It's a really good TED talk. I enjoy that. There's very few TED talks I will say, oh, it's a great one. Most of them are like, but whatever. This one kind of made me happy because it was about statistics and stuff. Now, I will say this. As I said, in the years past, there was this program where we were able to get the data and we were able to make our own heat maps ourselves, not rely on their platform. As a result, I'm not going to be relying on their platform this year. There's a way to create a map in here. And you can do them, but matter of fact, I just did this one here. As a matter of fact, yeah. These are where we had the NYPD was called because of residential noise, street sidewalk noise, or animal abuse. I don't know. I just picked 3 random things. That's where they happened. What does that mean, Jay? Well, yeah, they're locations. So there's only like 5 places. I'm going to say those are probably police stations or something. Does that make sense? It's probably something like police stations. And so what you're seeing is there's just a few spots. That's lunacy. I'm sure there are more places in New York City where people were called, their cops were called because of noise or what have you. Okay, I don't really care about this. It's a hard thing to run and it's a hard thing to get good data on. My old stuff that I used to be able to do was a lot better. This was done in probably Tableau, I imagine. It is a pretty neat program, but as I say, it's one that I'm gonna have to spend like 25 hours teaching myself how to run. And then here's the issue: I'm teaching you statistics. Okay, I'm trying to show you cool things, cool uses for statistics. This is meant to be a sort of an exciting side note deal. I don't want it to be okay, kids. You get to learn all about this whole new program and programming it and this and that and the other, da da da. And you're like, I'm supposed to be here to learn this program. Okay, I know. So that's why I steer clear of things like Python or all these other programs that I probably could. Well, something I know a little bit about, but I don't want to spend time. That's why I don't use Oh, oh, come on, Jay. Oh, the one that you guys use sometimes in engineering, but I don't want to teach it in a math class. Come on, what is the name of that? Anyway, whatever, doesn't matter. I don't want to spend hours teaching you guys how to do these programming things when I can do it just as easily in other systems. Okay, and so I don't. Okay. Now that said, that is step number 1. Again, I really want you to. What did they do it? How would you have made it better? Okay. Like this one here, I really dig. I like how she did this one. I like how it's colored and you can hover on it. That makes me very happy. Okay. Some that are kind of dumb, like this one right here. I would have made it so that each individual place where, like, like there would have been like a Brooklyn here, there'd have been a big problem, or I would have made it maybe made it as a heat map. So like Brooklyn, like right in this part of Brooklyn is really bad for street noise. All right, but this part over here is kind of quiet or whatever it happens to be. I don't know. Talk yourself through it. Make me happy. Part number 2. I want you to find a statistic that speaks to you. Okay. Now that can be any number of things. Okay, Jay, I really feel strongly about whatever it is. Cool. Honest to God, I don't care. That is not what this is about. Okay. But I want you to find one, a statistic that speaks to you. Okay, I don't care what it is, just go with it. Okay, you're going to prepare a presentation to present that data. Okay, so for instance, okay, you're going to look up something that just really jumps out to you. It could be any hot button topic. It could be, I don't know, the population of the salmon in the Columbia River, which, although it's a hot button for some people, people are like, huh, what? Huh? Whatever. I don't really care. Maybe you do some historical graphs. Maybe you do some current things. I don't know. It's all about that. Try to get me involved. Try to get me to care. Try to make me want to make a difference. Okay. Try to get me to like, yeah, I'm in. Let's do it. It's terrible. Whatever it is, I want you to think about that, and I want you to think about how would you do this presentation. How would you do this presentation in order to know what you're trying to do, and that is to move me emotionally, okay, to get me fired up. As a result, probably your graphs shouldn't be boring. Are you telling me to lie with statistics? Maybe. Maybe I am. Maybe you're trying to get me. I prefer the word embellish. Okay, but whatever. But yeah, kind of go with that. Try to really reach out to me and figure it out. Now, lastly, but not leastly, for extra credit, if you can get me the info and a brief demo that you made of a GIS program like Google Fusion Tables, that would give you extra credit. Now, how that works is this. Okay, so in Google Fusion Tables, okay, this is how it used to be done. Okay, in Fusion Tables, you would paste in your data into basically what was a spreadsheet. And then you would go and create, and then one of the columns would have in it GIS data. Let me just show you that real quick here. So the files that you're looking for, these what are called shape files, and you can find them in a lot of different places. But for instance, you can go in and you find a shape file for the Oregon, for instance, for Oregon counties. Okay, and you can do it for counties, you can do it for whatever. They're .kml files. Okay, and what was cool is you would match that up. So there'd be like Clackamas County, Mountain Hood or Hood River County, and so on and so on and so on and so on. And so that would be the name would be in one column. The next column of data over would be where the KML data would be. So it'd basically be the shape file for Clackamas County. And then the next one over would be like, I don't know, poverty rates or whatever it happens to be, and for each of the counties. And so then when in Google Fusion Tables you'd make a map, what it would do is it would draw the outline of Clackamas County. Of course, right next to that, it would draw Multnomah County and so forth, so on and so forth. It would take and it would turn Multnomah County blue because it was whatever, like high poverty rates or whatever, and it would turn the next one whatever color because, and so on. And it would create a map for you. And this is what they would look like. Okay, we happen to have an example right here. So this is the entire state of Oregon, and it would draw each one of these ones out. Like, for instance, right in here is Wheeler County. And there's Gilliam County and Sherman County. Nobody out there's got the COVID. I guess one guy's got the COVID in Wheeler County. And Wallowa County, we're good to go. Malheur County is terrible. All right, and so on and so forth. And of course, the colors would represent, hey, you need to be in distance learning. Okay, if you're in bright red and orange is the transition and green is you're good to go. I don't know what yellow is. I guess yellow must be on site and distance. Green says you can go to school just fine. Now, Columbia County last week, we just popped back into the red. See, we were yellow and now we're green, or orange and now we're red. Okay. And so this is an example of what that would do. If you can find me a setup that is similar to Google Fusion Tables that is free, that will draw these kind of maps, and if you do a quick map on it, I mean a quick map, it doesn't have to be pretty, it doesn't have to be great, it doesn't have to be anything. And if you can do that, and send that with you, I will allow extra credit for that. Okay, so it has to have that stuff in it. Okay, And again, I want to see you do a brief demo of it, not somebody else's copied and pasted, because I literally could go, yeah, cut and paste. There it is. All right. That's what I want to get back to doing. I like these. I enjoy it. It's fairly quick. Fusion tables was a piece of cake because all you did was cut and paste and then hit this map button and then it popped up. But apparently Google decided that it was giving too much stuff away, so it quit doing it, which kind of sucks. All right. Good luck. Bye now.